Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody out there doing it tonight? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Wednesday night, hump day, 2 days away from the weekend. You know how we like to do it around these here pots. But before we can get into the Nothing But Basketball show that we do every Wednesday night at 7:30, we got to bring on the man from the Northeast that put that hot sauce on his tacos. Don't represent any of his local teams, but he's my cowboy brother. My man, the myth, Two. What's up, man?
What's going on? It's Wednesday, 2 days to the weekend, man. Get up, man. We in the middle of it. Gotta celebrate ourselves, baby. Get into the weekend in style, man. What's going on, Chris? We see you over here, man.
Shout out to you, Chris.
You know, and as we all tell you all the time, we're on all social media platforms, so tune in. You know, tonight,
definitely.
Yeah, be squared. You know
we see you, Aunt. We see you, Aunt. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? The Saints had a good day in joint practice today. You want to take the night off, you know what I'm saying? But hope all's well if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Them Saints, man. Them Saints be marching in. But hey, man, Wednesday night we talk basketball related topics, all that good stuff. But I don't know about you. I know it's football season and all, but basketball ain't too far around the corner, man.
Basketball ain't never too far around the corner, man. We got some new things. Basketball, this is why basketball is always on people's minds. Because every week is something new. Like, you know, you can wait on people like Lamar Jackson to sign a contract, but that's just news that gets stalled out for a moment of time. Basketball news kind of keeps floating when it comes around. You got scheduled games on Christmas, man. Ja Morant gets his chance, you know what I'm saying, against Draymond and the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? You got the Warriors opening up against the Lakers. You got a whole bunch of this problematic things that happened during the offseason being put into schedules. Shout out to the NBA, man. This is why we have our basketball show on Wednesdays during the middle of the week, because you know you're going to get some news. Some good news.
Doubt. Basketball is getting over with the NFL, man. It's almost year-round for the news that's going on and the happenings.
Right. All day, man. Shout out. Shout out to all the lovely basketball that's been played this summer all over. I've been able to catch some tournaments, been able to, you know, see the Boston scene, and, you know what I'm saying, it's been a great time.
Right. So I got a question for you. What's your definition when it comes to the basketball, NBA in particular? What's your definition of an all-time great?
Definition of an all-time great. To me, it's more than the lights and all that. It's of course the leadership that you bring. You know, it's being able to, you know, establish yourself on both ends of the floor. You know what I'm saying, and leading teams not only to championships, but being able to instill those players to play hard as well. And you know, of course, you get your money right. But no, so many. And it's kind of changed and flip-flopped in the last few years, but you know what I'm saying? Tons of all-stars, tons of all-star games. You know what I'm saying? Tons of all NBA teams, all defensive teams. For me, all-time great is somebody that's not only affecting on the court, somebody that's affecting off the court.
Right.
In a positive way, you know? And that's where it comes down to. You can go down and score 30 points a game, but if you're doing nothing with it, then what are you at the end of the day? That's what separates the greats from the all-time greats is the work that you put in the consistency and the consistent things that come out of it.
Okay. I can definitely agree with everything that you said. I'll probably throw maybe one other thing in there. I'll probably say two other things rather. The contribution they made to the game.
Yes.
And can you tell the NBA story with them not being included?
I agree with that last statement as well, man. That stone right there. When you write the book, you know what I'm saying, where you at. Doesn't matter where you at in the book. You in it.
And the reason why I asked you to know that statement to start tonight's topics is because, you know, I'm chilling in the group. I'm watching the day. I can't remember who posted it, but I started to type something to him. I'm like, you know what? He's young. I'm going to let him make it. But they said, first of all, when you hear the number 6, what do you think of? As far as basketball is concerned.
You think of Bill Russell. You think of Dr. J. Yeah, you think of Bill Russell. You think of Dr. J too. You know what I'm saying? More in the nature. But
both all-time greats.
Yeah, them 6s. Avery Johnson. Shout out to Avery Johnson.
But when I saw that, you know, they made the statement was that they referred to the great Bill Russell as overrated. And when I saw that, I'm like, I started to go in. I'm like, oh, bless. And like, you know, like we like to do down here in Texas, I just said to myself, bless his heart.
And I kind of hate that's being said. Overrated to you was somebody that not only pioneered the way for people of nationality to break in the NBA, a guy that went through all types of hurdles and pedestals just to be where he's at, and that's the things he gets. And it's crazy because they do that to originators. People that originate stuff, they kind of get left in the dust because the game transforms. It gets better. It gets exciting. But you always got to remember the originators.
You do.
One of the originators is Bill Russell. This guy was a coach/player. He was a guy that played on a basically all-white team and won championships.
During the 50s and 60s.
Yes, during the 50s and 60s. And we know what that all brought, you know what I'm saying? Your parents may know. Grandparents may know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you don't call somebody like that overrated.
No.
And he played with the greats at that time. You know, you could say, oh, there wasn't many greats in the 50s and 60s, but he was one of those greats. And he did what he had to do on the court, stopping, you know, a guy in Will Chamberlain, you know what I'm saying? One of the best scorers ever. You know what I'm saying? Putting up 100 points. You know? So you got Bill Russell on the other side playing defense. Defense wins championships. When you look at that, one of the main guys you can look at Bill Russell. Now, say whatever you want in the media. You can say that he was kind of thick in the skin. You know what I'm saying? But that was the time he grew up in. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that, you know what I'm saying, at times you can't grow from that, but that was the generation lived in. But he supported everybody that was around him.
That is true.
In his circle. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm looking at, I got this picture posted up here for us. And the reason why, you know, somebody said somebody trying to be an original and they just throw it out there. But Bill Russell, he's sitting up here with Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. This is them speaking out at the time as far as they were actually activists. And they were showing support for Muhammad Ali in this picture because this is when he decided to not go fight in the Vietnam War in 1967. So I'm not going to get on my soapbox tonight, but I'm like, the statement overrated, that's why you got to be careful when you just throw that type of stuff out there. That dude there, like, you know, all the praise that, you know, some of these guys get now, like, you know, the current stars and the political activism that they do, or social activism rather, and whatnot. It's easier now. You got a voice. You got social media.
Absolutely.
There's no repercussions that can be harmful to your health for speaking out against stuff. Those guys back then, that was a time where stuff was still rough. You know, we still was sitting in the back of the bus, all that good stuff. So I'm not gonna call the young man out, but I'm like, you can never ever call Bill Russell overrated. You gotta
Never.
put respect on that man's name. And that's why, the story had came out that he recently passed away. He passed away on July 31st at the age of 88. And the NBA came out and they made the proclamation that his number 6 jersey going forward, obviously his guys are still wearing right now, but going forward, his number 6 jersey is going to be retired throughout every team in the NBA. How you feeling about that?
I like it. And though it probably took longer to get that in, I like it. You said you wasn't on the soapbox on this, but I'm gonna do a little soapboxing because I'm here in New England.
Have at it, brother. Have it.
I'm gonna say this right now to whoever makes statues, put statues all over the board, whatever. Bill Russell's statue should be at the TD Garden. TD Garden, they should some way, somehow see that statue. That statue where it is at City Hall, in the cut where I feel like it should be somewhere where if you're in that area, everybody should be able to see it.
Agreed.
Not being acknowledged, I feel, in regard, it's sad. It's sad. We see greats. We see the Michael Jordans, the Shaqs. We see these guys who have statues in front of their arenas. Bill Russell deserves a statue in front of the TD Garden. I want to start a petition to move the statue from City Hall to the TD Garden. I'm going to do that because this guy deserves more than that. And people might say, oh, well, you got a statue. No, that's not what I'm getting at. The significance of where the statue's at.
I had no idea that it wasn't already there.
Nope, it's not there. They have statues at the TD Garden of a lot of Boston greats.
That's a travesty, man.
Travesty. It's a travesty. Bill Russell.
Oh, man.
Yes, absolutely.
For what he meant for that organization, man, that's rough. That's rough. Obviously, I, as a kid, I used to ask my dad, how good was Bill Russell? And he had to remind me, I don't remember too much because he was still a kid at the time. But my grandpa remembers him very well. And just, I think when I hear when I talk to my elders, obviously, a lot of them not here with us anymore, but in the past, I would ask them questions about players like Bill Russell. And before they even talk about him as a basketball player, they talked about him as an activist. That's what they appreciated him for. Yeah, he won the rings, 11-time champ, the first player coach, all the different accolades. He's got a hell of a resume. He 5-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, 1-time All-Star Game MVP, 3 times All-NBA First Team, 8 times All-NBA Second Team, NBA Defensive First Team, 4-time Rebounding Champion, NBA Lifetime Achievement Award, and the accolades go on and on and on. But before they even talk about that, they talk about who he was as a man and as a representative for the cause back then.
Man, to carry both of them. Imagine, there's a lot of people that can't even carry 2 jobs. But this man carried 2 jobs in the 50s and 60s through hard times. Man, some people couldn't even have a job.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta respect this. We gotta respect the the originators. You know what I'm saying? Overrated is something I wouldn't do. To have his number retired across the NBA is a great thing. We know LeBron gonna go back to 23. But
Right.
at the end of the day, he deserves that. He deserves that in every arena. You know, the number 6 will be patched on everybody's jerseys that participates in the NBA this year. A number 6 patch will be on your jersey. It's fun to be. This is why the NBA is what it is. You can say whatever you want
It's
about
fantastic.
it. It's fantastic, man. Entertaining, fantastic entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They're out to entertain us, and they're doing the best they can do right now. The soap operas are only getting better. You know, back in the day, these were soap operas too. You know what I'm saying? They just happened much smoother. You know, with no social media or nothing. Now it's just we getting all types of stuff.
We definitely do, man.
Different players.
Yeah, that dude was a hell of a player, man. And you know, he's got. I always like every year during the NBA Finals, they brought him out there. He interacted with the champions, and just to see the admiration and respect from all players, no matter what the race was, ethnicity, the respect that they presented towards him. Because a lot of, I think we're getting away from it a little bit. As obviously, the further we go from it, but a lot of NBA players, they're historians also. They know about those that came before them. So, shout out to to the great Bill Russell, man. Congratulations on your number being retired. Rest in peace, brother. We'll probably never see another one like it.
No, we're not gonna see another. We're not gonna see another Bill Russell, man. We're not gonna see another originator in a league that's grown heavily.
Yeah, he helped plant the seed.
You know what I'm saying? Help plant the seeds, man. How it's like we gotta talk about that person that day because I want to talk to this person on live on air. Talk to them.
Like, what was your thought process?
Like, exactly. What was the thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did he do to you today? He lost his life. Rest in peace.
As I get older myself, I never understood whenever the elders would always say, man, y'all don't know how easy you have it, or don't disrespect those that came before you. I never understood that until now. As we get further away, even players from my generation, I look at the people that's like my son's age and stuff like that. A lot of them probably don't know who Dr. J is. They damn sure don't know who Bill Russell is. That's why they make statements like he's overrated. And I think that's why and I ain't trying to throw it up in there, but I think that's why you got that animosity and that mix of the Jordan fans and the LeBron fans, because they both are great. You can't tell the story of the NBA without either one of them. But I think because the Jordan fans, a lot of us, we the old heads now. Mm-hmm. And we understand what our fathers and grandfathers said to us. And we just trying to study, the generation now. Y'all that's in y'all 20s right now, that stuff goes real quick.
They go real quick, man.
You're going to blink and you're going to look up.
Or go to the basketball court and record yourself playing basketball. That's the generation nowadays.
Exactly, Smoke, man. I bet he is a LeBron fan. Like, it's and that's the part about it. A lot of people, they get it misconstrued. People don't hate LeBron. It's the fans that go over the top with it. Those are the ones that they get frustrated with because you won't say anything or give any other player props because of your allegiance to LeBron. Guess what? I grew up watching those. I was a little too young for Dr. J, but I grew up watching MJ. And as an adult, I'm watching LBJ. I've seen Kobe. Guess what? I'm able to compartmentalize each one of them and recognize their greatness for who they are without tearing the other one down. Probably a little bit of a maturation process.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the respect factor at the end of the day. Now, we can have bitch and jokes about, player and this and that, or who's better and all that. But at the end of the day, everybody should have the common sense to know that even when we talk about LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Bill Russell and Tim Duncan, whoever you want to put it in, Shaq or Will, whatever you want to do. These players are all have to be respected for their games.
That's true.
They have to be respected. And I know at the end of the day, you sit there and be like, it's hell of a player. This all overrated crap. Shout out to Boston, though, man. You know, you had a great. I'm gonna say this as well. Celtics fans, maybe this sheds a little light on maybe you getting back to the finals. Maybe there's a little Bill Russell luck this year. I'm not hoping it is, but something like that, you got to hold high. You know what I'm saying? Right. It makes the city grow. You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown, shout out to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was in the bean all weekend. You know what I'm saying? Chilling with the Bostonians. You know what I'm saying? Out in the public. You know, and they want to trade that man.
That part.
Bill Russell looking in the sky saying, man, you better not trade him. Even though it'll be crazy for Kevin Durant to be in Boston, don't trade that man.
Let me throw a stat out to you real fast. I know Unc don't like stats, but I just can't overlook this. Bill Russell, for his career, averaged 22.5 rebounds a game.
22 rebounds.
That's crazy.
It's crazy numbers. Like, and to me, rebound is like an ultimate part of the game. It saddens me when I see a big man and he's only averaging 6 rebounds a game, 7 rebounds a game.
That should be in double figures every night.
It's being double figures. Like, come on, grab those boards. Like, there's enough shots to go around. There's enough shots to go up. Now, I can understand if there's a guard, there's a rebounding guard, that's cool. But for the most part, the big man, you know, I mean, it steadily improved last year. I feel like the big men all around the league improved last year. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned that, I learned this a long time ago, though. There's different types of big men, like there's different type of guards and forwards. Everything's not going to look pretty on the stat sheet. But there's a lot of factors that matter. You know what I'm saying? Blocks, rebounds, you know, second chance opportunities.
That part.
You know, field goal percentage, you know, because those short shots right there should be at a premium, should be able to hit them. There's some big men that don't know how to hit them, but their rebound production, block production helps for the little points that they score. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Rudy Gobert. You're my guy. I like you. It's great to see it grow, and now you have one of the guy pioneers that just passed. It's only going to make them grow.
Right.
I can't wait to see all the big men in the NBA this year. You know,
bring back the big man.
Bring back the big man, man.
I'm tired of looking at all these and1 mixtapes.
Dominate.
Well, man, we're gonna take our first break for tonight.
Take our break. Let's get it, man.
We're gonna get back into it. The next topic probably gonna, I don't know, man, might get some people kind of fired up. But we be back in about 15, 20. Hold on to your butts.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
And we're back.
Let's go. Let's
back at it like we're mad at it.
Hashtag that, man.
Yes, sir, Smoke. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Bring back
Start the movement, man. Start the movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I had mentioned before we started the show that I was bringing you on that, you know, you don't support any of your hometown teams, which is definitely nothing wrong with that. So this next topic is interesting because I want to see your perspective. For the people that don't know, what's your favorite basketball team?
I am a Los Angeles Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the purple and yellow. Never won't stop. And speaking of that, man, shout out to I guess LeBron is gonna test this out for 2 more years. You know,
you got that cheddar.
Yeah, $97 million deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Keeps him around for a little bit, but there's a kicker. The trade kicker is 15%. So You know, so always when LeBron goes into negotiations, it's always a win-win for him.
He's a businessman. Gotta respect that, man.
Shout out to him first off, you know. But we're gonna get to this topic because it does involve Mr. LeBron, which I want to give a shout out to Bronny. It's on the airwaves. It's a great dunk the other day.
Yeah, he did. He did somebody.
I didn't average 1.4 points in high school. If I wanted to talk about it in a negative way, I will. But I have no negative on what Bronny has done before that dunk or soon after the dunk. He's a guy that's on his way, man. Shout out to the young kids, man. Shout out to all the young kids, man, getting it at every level, you know what I'm saying, trying to get that bag, man, trying to make a dream, man, come true. Shout out.
No doubts. So you mentioned, you know, Tinseltown, the Showtime. After me, you know, people know me, diehard Mavs fan.
See you on Christmas. See you on Christmas in Dallas. Lakers Mavericks on Christmas Day. You know what I'm
like Bar Scott said, can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
But diehard Mavs fan, been a season ticket holder for a couple of years. Support my Mavs, man. But in between there, you know, MJ fan, Bulls fan. But when I was a kid, when it came to watching Wild World of Sports and catching the NBA game with my pops, I'm watching Showtime, man. I'm watching Magic come down, throwing them no looks. So, you know, I'm very, very familiar with the Late Show, man. You know what I'm saying? I had admiration from afar. But let me ask you this. For the sake of this topic, who would you say your top 5 Lakers are of all time?
Top 5 Lakers of all time. Me, you know what I'm saying? Don't kid me, no bias. My top 5, you know, I'm gonna pick the Bean at 1. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna pick Shaq at 2 because you can't just have the peanut butter and the jelly after the fluff and the jelly. So I gotta pick the jelly before the fluff. Magic Johnson, you are number 3, top Laker. You know what I'm saying? Ever. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go number 4. Number 4 is tough, but it's kind of tough. I'm gonna go the late great. I'm gonna go Elgin Baylor.
Let's go back there.
I'm gonna go Elgin Baylor at number 4. Number 5, and everybody might be be real, but this guy was drafted a Laker, went through all types of different stuff with his family, came back to the Lakers, and found success in both times coming back and forth to the Lakers. Derek Fisher is my number 5 top Laker. Derek Fisher, my favorite point guard. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
It solidifies the game, man. Those are my top 5 Lakers all time. You know, there's a bunch of Lakers that's on them. Everybody, I love them. You name Lakers, man, former Lakers, I love them. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to name 5, but that's my 5.
So, Anthony wants to know, are you a Lakers fan or a LeBron fan?
I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. I like watching him. I can say I'm a LeBron fan, but not in the terms of, I'm on the train like he's my favorite player. No, I'm a Lakers fan first. Always been a Lakers fan. Shout out to LeBron for coming here and continuing his career being a Laker. You know, he came here to do some things. He's got some done. I feel like there's more that can be done. I don't know if we'll get there, but I've always had faith in my guys.
So, just for, you know, things and giggles, I'm trying not to cuss tonight. I'll probably say for me, my top 5, I got the Skyhook number 1, Kareem. I got Kobe number 2. I got Magic number 3. I got Shaq number 4. And I probably go, it's hard between Elgin Baylor, but I gotta lean towards James Worthy, number 5.
James Worthy, that's not bad either. That's what I said. Just throw Matt in there like me, the Skyhook, man, Kareem, man. People will probably bashing me like, everyone Kareem. No disrespect to Kareem. You know what I'm saying? Kareem's Kareem, man. You know what I'm saying? I should have named him, but I did. It's okay. So many Lakers.
Oh, gravy. So I don't think you can go wrong. So Richard Jefferson, who as we all know, especially as a commentator, he doesn't bite his tongue. He's not afraid to speak his mind. He said he was recently quoted as saying that LeBron has not done enough to be among the Lakers greats. Do you agree with that narrative, Mr. Laker fan?
I can agree with Richard Jefferson. I can agree with Richard Jefferson's going on it. Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're stint, you know, and it's all about stint, but at the same time, LeBron is already a great, you know? So for this generation leaning on, I feel like championships bring you into that greatness conversation.
Right.
Only this one, you know what I'm saying? Because coming from the seasons that we were in a rebuild and all that, we was winning championships before. Those guys that were winning championships with us, the main guys, city greats. You know, Paul Gasol, Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? You go into it. You know, Paul was with us for a couple of years. You know, LeBron's going to end up on that same hump. Paul Gasol could be named as a Laker great. Same as LeBron, even though they came from different teams. You might not say it in the style. You know, you don't have 5 championships like Magic. You don't have 5 like Kobe. In that aspect, you know, those people are high on the list. But, yeah, LeBron could be mixed in there with the Laker greats.
That's a good top 5 from Chris. You got Jerry West, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, and Kobe.
But he's not top 5. He's not top 5. When the Lakers get talked about, LeBron's a star. So LeBron's going to be talked about in that list anyway.
Yep.
And if
what would you put LeBron at? Is he in your top 10?
No.
Wow. Okay.
He's not my top 10. He could be my top 15, 20. Hey, I gotta thank the guy. The guy, you know what I'm saying? I was getting bashed for years and years about the guys in purple and yellow. You know, I was feeling like I was going to be a Boston Celtic for a bit, you know, not touching title, being a great franchise and just being stuck and done, you know. But this is what I say: he's won us one for us to be in the shade for a little bit, but we're gonna have to come out in the sun, and you know what I'm saying. All the problems that we had in the last few years, it's not just gonna go away just like that. Right. So I feel like him signing this deal right now, and the way he puts in the game and what's on the line potentially for him this year, I'm excited to watch Lakers basketball. With everything that's been going on this summer too, I'm excited to watch it. Because this guy's not going to cheat you. And he's definitely going for that scoring. He's going for the all-time number 1 scorer in the NBA this year.
He will have it.
He's going to get that. If anything else positive happens, it's going to be scary. That's just too much light on this man, and maybe this is why he's staying, maybe this is why he's not. But he's already indicated he wants to play with his son, or in the league at the same time with his son. He wants to do things, and he has the body to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basketball and football are 2 different sports, but we're seeing a guy, Mr. Tom Brady, doing it right now. If there's anybody equivalent to Tom Brady, it's LeBron James.
So part of that quote from Scott earlier, Jefferson earlier when he said LeBron had done enough to be an all-time Laker. He also pointed out Bron's been there. This is his 4th season, right? But it's about to be his 5th season. They've been in there 4 years. 2 years they haven't made the postseason. 1 year they lost in the first round, and 1 year they won a championship.
But yeah, that first year was just that first year.
That's with all the rookies, right?
It ended bad. No, but this is the thing. When LeBron entered that first year with Lonzo and them, the Lakers were, I believe, they had the top record in the West.
Is that when the injuries came to everybody started getting hurt?
On Christmas.
Okay.
Y'all went on Christmas. After that year, it just sunk. Mind you, we got a guy hot, LeBron, coming into LA, teaching these young guys. These young guys are getting there early. And then it's minimized because you don't have that guy on the court. And then the Lakers, for some reason, they already had AD. And this is the thing, too. They already had AD in the bag. So when the Lakers, young guys as a team, didn't perform and play well, along with the injuries, the ball, and LeBron, it's like we're going to just go get AD. They already was thinking in their mind to go get AD. They was trying to see how the season was going to go. It was kind of a test. But the test got halted by injuries, but the Lakers went the other way anyway and went still at the AD. Won the championship the next year. The year after that, we battled with injuries again. We lose to Phoenix in round 1. So we can say what we want about it, but it's been derailed. It's been derailed. So for a team that's been derailed and really at the end of the day can state a claim and say, well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we wasn't healthy, but that's the game. You know what I'm saying? You're not healthy, another team's going to be a team to take your spot. And that's also what happened. So I can't give this a F for LeBron and his tenure in LA. I can't.
Too soon.
But Father Time does get you. If you want to say Father Time gets you, it gets you. You know what I'm saying? The amount of games that LeBron's missed, things of that nature, you can say that. But we're not going to sit here and act like we don't watch basketball the same way everybody else watch basketball. LeBron had that team rolling, and then the Lakers organization and LeBron felt like it was better to go get AD.
That's true. Man, that's good stuff, man. Lake Show, man. I kind of wish I can go back and watch some of that. I might do that tonight. Find some old YouTube film on that. Yes, I've done that before in the past.
Catch it. You ever catch Showtime? I heard there's a new one, something new out too. On the Lakers. I heard it's better than the HBO one.
I know I've seen the Magic Johnson one that's on Apple TV.
Nice.
That one's really good.
I'm about to tune into that tonight. I pay for Apple TV every month.
That alone is worth it. It's a 4-parter. You're gonna love it.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy that tonight. Definitely appreciate that.
All right. So hey man, we can talk about that next week on tonight's show.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
So we're gonna take our last break of the night. Y'all hold on tight. We'll be back in about 15-20. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tamara Moore, former WNBA guard and current head coach at Masabi Range College. I want to give a big shout out to STWF Media, the big brand, for showing love and always being about those good sports. Make sure you guys show them love. You and your community can join them every week to talk about sports. Shouts out to them and make sure you check them out.
And we're back at it like we're mad at it. So this I almost feel like this is a LeBron James night, but we ain't knocking LeBron though. So don't y'all come for us. Don't be all up in the comments, posting all in the group, talking about we winning LeBron. Nah, man, he ain't like that. So this one, Brandon Jennings. He gets a lot of respect as a Milwaukee Buck.
Shout out to Brandon Jennings, man.
His career got cut kind of short with the injuries and whatnot. But he's a beast when he balled up. But he recently came out and he said that they say that he took a shot at LeBron and Chris Paul and accuses them of turning the NBA into a players' league. Do you subscribe to that notion? Is it good for business?
I subscribe. You know, Chris Paul, we all know he's on the union. You know, LeBron's facing the league. And I'm not going to say it was fully to them that got the league turned like this, but you can use them as stepping stones. You know, you got plenty of other great players in the league, and we see how they act. You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, Kevin Durant's one of the best players in the league. You see how he acts. Kyrie Irving, my guy. See how he acts. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, how he acts. Chris Paul, how he acts. Everybody acts a certain way. You have your stars like Steph Curry, you know, Dame Lillard, you know, You have different types of guys. So when you want to lean on the league being the way it is, you're going to look at the main guys that came in at that time. You're going to look at LeBron and the things he's done. You're going to look at Chris Paul, not in the things in terms of moving different teams, but the way he's perceived by other basketball players. You know?
Mm-hmm.
When Brandon said this the other day, it was point, blank. And I heard a couple people talking about NIL money, and this is the guy that went overseas to get paid, you know, rather than go to college. You know, no, it's not a soft move. That's a hard move. That's a move for that's a move for your family. You know, some people don't have that time to wait for an NBA check. If NIL wasn't there back in the day, you literally had to make yourself a pro out there in order to get some cash. Brandon was at a pedestal where he can do that at the time. I think a lot of people would do that. Say, the way it is, it's like he talk about different multiple things too, you know, from the AAU game, you know what I'm saying, to fans even going to basketball games and then their favorite star not playing that night. Like, yeah, the NBA is definitely a players league now with worldwide, all that, where you basically should just have a social media vote every night to see what goes down.
That's true.
And that's the fun. I guess that's the fun in it for people. You know, you can see viewership going down, but I always say viewership goes down because of the way people watch the games. You know what I'm saying? That's been like that for a long time. You know,
it has been.
Shout out to the
nobody tunes in like they used to anymore.
Nobody tunes in.
And you know, Jennings, I guess he's kind of like being like the the angry old man, like we spoke about earlier in the first segment. But he's been making his rounds around social media, and he's criticizing them, and he mentioned those two by name because he feels that collectively they're not the current NBA players are not taking their job as seriously, and they lack love of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mentioned that a few times to you guys.
Yes, and the biggest thing, I think we talked about this before, they talk about load management. And it's a topic that keeps coming around. Some people are for it, some people hate it. But I think Kobe was once quoted as he tried to avoid it because he knows something like the fan is coming to see him, maybe stayed up all year to come watch that one game.
Right.
And he felt like he owes it to them to put on a show for them. And I can respect that.
I'm not going tonight. It's crazy.
So got a little bit of a stream here. I'm gonna try to share it so our viewers can check it out, and obviously we're gonna talk about it for those that may just be listening. But Brandon Jennings said, for whoever made this a basketball league was the stupidest thing ever for the game of basketball. He said, I feel like it was CP3, Bron, and them speaking on players, this and that. And my thing is, get the money, I understand that, but the passion for the game is lost. Kids don't even watch games anymore. Just go to highlights on Twitter and Instagram. So they asked, so what are your suggestions? You have to put something on everybody's contract to where you have to average this or play so many games. Have to do this to get that money. They just did it to Zion. Listen, the NBA is on its way like the NFL. It's only a couple of guys in the NBA that love the game. Outside of the NBA, kids make so much money now, you think they care. If I'm a fan of a game of basketball, why would I go pay to watch players that can decide whether they want to play? For one, whoever made this a players league for the stupidest thing ever for the game of basketball. And the NBA has got to change its rules. So, man, that's a mouthful he said right there.
They got you, man. Definitely got you. And I mean, Brandon's a guy, you know, so during his career, you know, wasn't the best advocate. You know what I'm saying? You definitely wouldn't pick Brandon Jennings as an advocate for this in this defense, but I can kind of get where he's coming from. You know, and the way the game is. You know, he was a hard competitive player. You know, hard competitive players as well, you know what I'm saying, want more light than the NBA gives them. And that's what happened to Brandon Jennings. Mm-hmm. You know, Brandon Jennings felt like he was one of those guys, you know, on the top of the league. You You know, had a great rookie year, and then everything was just up and down, up and down, up and down from there. You know, but he had you taste the fame, and then you try to keep living it, and sunken shit now. So you're not really blaming anybody. This is not a blame of why he's not in the league. This is a guy that ultimately still loves basketball, still likes to play it, still obviously friends with a ton of these players. Probably gonna see Braun and them in a couple weeks, give him dap and all that. It's all good, you know. But at the end of the day, this is the way it is now. But that point, saying the players doing something, that's what the NBA is doing right now. Definitely, they definitely this is Zion. You know, they're gonna put infractions in contracts and different stipulations of contracts so that a player can get paid. They already do it if you make an NBA Finals or make an All-Star game and all that. So why not?
Yeah, it's true.
Put those things in there.
That's true.
To make the player, you know what I'm saying, maybe get some more for the player in terms of games. I heard a little thing going around. I think it was, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but I heard that one of the reasons why the Kyrie Irving deal, you know, his Kyrie Irving's extension never, you know, was plugged in, and he had to sign the 1 year. I mean, keep his 1 year in and opt in, was because when they wanted to sign for a extension, one of the things Kyrie was mentioning was he only wanted to play about 60 games.
I read that.
And I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not true, but that's beyond. And Kyrie's my boy, but you gotta go out there and compete. Like, I understand mental health and all that. You know, maybe they're more into that wave too, and you know, trying to get days off that way and seeing how the world is now. If you want to put it in that way, yeah. But at the same time, you're a competitor. You're out here, people buying tickets to watch you play, buying your sneakers, your jerseys, and all that. You know, they don't want to get tickets to watch the next game. They came to see you. They don't want to get a refund. They came to see you. And they can be grown men or little kids, but they're fans of the game. So play.
You know, I probably sound like an old man here, but I'm on board with Brandon Jennings on this one, man. And I hate the whole notion. People like, well, they're a professional athlete. You or I can't go to our place of employment and work 60% of the time, or whatever the case may be, and expect 100% of the pay. Can't do that. And a lot of people say, well, that's a regular job. It's, you know, the NBA in this case. Yeah, that's cool. That's why it should even be an option. You work a short amount of time during the year. You paid a crazy amount of money.
Crazy.
So, yeah, go to work.
Definitely work.
Man. Football tomorrow night, I think, if I was saying.
Football tomorrow. Definitely, man. Preseasons continue to be in effect. Seeing a bunch of things around mini camps with these joint practices.
Oh, yeah, get a little testy.
Going on, getting a little testy out here. That's only meaning that football is that close. You're that close to watching your starters play. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk about the guys that are trying to make the team. You know, when everything's 0-0 and everything's real now. All this real talk is talk. I like the pre-opening talks. It's good, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to see a lot of happy faces. You're going to see a lot of smiling faces as weeks go by. You know, just hope Green Bay Packers lose all their games this season, because you know bumps are gonna be over here. You got Saint fan know you, you know, know you. You're gonna see all types of Patriot fans and everybody in between getting in. You're gonna see Patrick Dollar come in with his Commanders puppet. You know what I'm saying? That's what football brings, man. Football is one game a week.
Wakes people up.
If you think you're going to win a Super Bowl on that day, act like it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the night, it can either be true or not true. One step closer. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, man. You know what I'm saying? People overhype this type of stuff. At that time, the NFL is cool. But in terms of the news and everything else, the drama, all that, the NBA is where it's at.
It is. It's never ended, man. But who you got for shout-outs tonight?
Shout out to Jalen Rose, man, for mentioning once again that Skip Bayless averaged 1.4 points in high school. You know
Why
what
you
I'm
do
saying?
Skip like that?
Yeah,
Skip.
yeah,
Skip.
Him again, man. Don't talk about Bronny. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody uptown, downtown, everybody that shows the group love, comments, shares overall in the
Yup.
group, giving your feedback, your thoughts, and all that. And we're gonna continue to keep pushing and moving towards even better content. You know what I'm saying? We give y'all that fire already. But remember, man, this is no pin, no pad over here. This is freestyle at its finest.
Get out the dome, man.
Okay? So don't ever feel like you can't do this. We just make it look easy.
No
Make it
doubt.
easy for you too. You know, if you want to step in this line of fire with me, coach, and But hope
You want the
everybody,
smoke?
hope everybody has a great night, great rest of the week. You get into the weekend, enjoy yourselves as the summer days loom down. About to get in the Timberland boots, you know, and hoodies. You know, I'm already in my sweater tonight. You know, shout out to Nike. You know,
Already.
Yeah.
But shout out to you, brother. Shout out to those who hung out with us tonight. Appreciate you, Chris. So we have in there. We had Chris in there tonight.
Shout out to John,
Anthony.
Anthony.
Smoke. Appreciate y'all, man, for taking the time to hang out with us. And those that catch us later date, appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out our Facebook group, Sports Talk with Friends. For new shows. Look out for those. Hang out with your boys later on. With that being said, we appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace.